Hi, this is episode 1, although it's not supposed to be. We actually did this last week, same place, different time, because you had stuff going on this week. But we did a whole episode, and it's my fault. I actually left the film on the mics, so we were all muted. Like you turn it up all the way, and you could barely tell that we were even talking, much less what we said. So we're gonna try it again.
Round 2.
Yeah, round 2. We ought to be better.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Chris. I kind of run a whole little network of channels, and like this is our big one. This is the one we care the most about. And so we're looking really forward to getting this whole 2 Newks show going. We were both Newks in the Navy, and so it just it plays off of that. And he tends to lean conservative. I tend to fall over liberal. So we should disagree on plenty of stuff. And we agree on some stuff too, though. Some, yeah, every once in a while. Like I said, my name's Chris. What's your name? They didn't. What? Yeah, no, see, they're not getting it.
Oh, wait, Mike.
Your mic's on. Sure. Off of it. Here's the thing. I'm going to edit later, and I'm going to make sure it seems like you say each time. And I'm just not going to let you say your name. Maybe the whole episode. I don't know. But what is it again? Yeah, no.
Oh, you got the tape on?
It's just it's just not gonna work because I don't want it to.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone can just think your name's fine with that.
Okay. I guess I'm good with that. I'll be like the Stig on Top Gear.
So one of my favorite things though is I've got things like kind of planned, and he doesn't even know some of them. A lot of them are for other episodes, like they'll be in the future. So. Like I've got a few little surprises today. I got a lot for the future, man. Like I got to tell you, and you don't know this, but I combed your Facebook and I got all your public pictures.
Oh, good.
I won't share anything private, and I won't share like immediate family or anything like that. But I will. I got some good ones, guys. Got a nice shirtless pic.
I don't know if
you're flexing.
Don't know if I should have volunteered.
You definitely maybe shouldn't, but you did, and now it's done. So I'm taking advantage of it. Anyway, you ready to start the show?
Let's do it.
Let's go. The song's called Go.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, like, I know you don't know that, and I know a lot of you don't know that. I'm kind of a Pearl Jam fanatic, sorry. And I know there's someone out there that knew that, and they were like, oh, cool. You said, let's go. That was for you. It was for the one person out there that knew that, not for that. I don't want to talk too long about the debt ceiling, mostly because it's stupid. It's an inane waste of time every time it comes up. Like, what is it? Every couple years, 3 years?
Yep.
We have to talk about the stupid debt ceiling because Congress actually puts a ceiling on the amount of debt we're allowed to have, even though they know they're going to exceed it every single time.
Yep.
It's, like you run up your credit card all the way to the max, and then you're just stuck. You can't buy more with the credit card.
Right.
But America, we can buy whatever we want. We just
call and raise that.
You know what? We're trying not to say that kind of language.
What?
I mean, your name's but I'm bleeping those. But I'm not trying to say all the time. So I gotta watch that a little bit.
Okay.
So, like if you run your credit card up, you're done spending. It's over.
Yep.
We run collectively as a country. Don't care. We just keep going, and we spend most of it on the stupid military. I mean, I know I'm a veteran. I get it, but like, come on.
I wouldn't say most of it.
Well, we spend too much. How's that?
The third most.
We spend too much.
True.
Too much. So we will talk a little bit about the debt ceiling. Mostly, we're going to talk about the fact that neither side actually won, and Biden's a pussy. So
I'll agree with that.
He just is like. I understand I'm a liberal, but he's not, so it's okay. I'm actually a progressive, and Biden is what I call a corporate Democrat, which means he's just as in bed with all the business that all the businesses that the Republicans are. It's the same thing. He's the same thing. He just wears a blue lapel sometimes, and they wear red. It doesn't mean anything. And he talks about it all the time. He talks about how he loves his Republican counterparts because he's basically a Republican.
Everyone loves Republicans.
Do what?
Everyone loves Republicans.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. No, specifically they don't. And we're going to get to lots of good reasons why nobody should. Because, and I know this, we're on the debt ceiling, and so I'm gonna hold it for a little bit. I gotta be careful here because I'm really wanting to go into this new thing, and I've got a video here that we're gonna watch whenever we get to it, and we'll play it for the viewers at home. But the right wing has truly gone off the rails.
I would say both wings have.
So, but it's not the same. So one side wants to hunt gay people. I'm talking about the wing. I'm talking about the crazies.
Yeah,
I don't mean you. I don't mean you, right? That's one side. The other side really, really, really wants us to be green and eat plants. It's not the same.
But they want to cause mass chaos to get their way.
It's not the same. It's just not, man. It's not. When you're talking about hunting down and killing people that support gay people like that, you're crazy.
I haven't heard that.
We're going to play it.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, he wasn't even getting crazy responses to his video. People were like, "Yeah, it's time," because we had a change. There was a while when you were the typical Republican. You actually don't hate people based on their orientation or whatever, right? But that's not typical anymore. Now,
I think that is typical.
No,
it's
I think
not typical in the media.
Sorry. I think it's typical of the actual humans.
Yes.
It's not typical of the visible ones because, and this is a change since about 2015, 2016. It changed. Now the overtly crazy, racist, whatever, that's accepted by enough people, not in a majority, by enough people that those voices are out there all the time. You're Charlie Kirk.
I would say that's
what's your Ben Shapiro? These guys
I wouldn't even say they're out there.
These guys they're hugely popular with the right wing.
But I'm saying they're not that far right.
They definitely are. Like,
I don't think so.
Oh my God. They're the ones saying that kids are mutilating their bodies, and it's not happening. That's not a real thing. It's not. This trans hysteria that you guys have going on isn't real. You make shit up.
Wait, this is a flip-flop.
I know. We're going to get back to this, right? Okay. But you're making stuff up in order to hate them, and it's stupid. No schools have litter boxes, right?
I would say that.
But you know that they have all said that schools have litter boxes for people that identify as cats.
Well, that's
not a true thing.
That was a
lie.
A prank done a couple of schools that became wildly so just like
that you guys couldn't wait to accept. Yes, they obviously have litter boxes. No, they don't. It's so stupid.
And you're right. Find an example.
We are so off track. So this is actually the problem with show number one. We are going to fix this because see, I'm listing what we're going to talk about, and then we didn't really talk about debt ceiling at all. So, but I'm still going to strike it because it sucks as a topic. It was going to be really boring. And yeah, we're going to start paying student loans again. We all knew that was coming. We didn't pay for years because of a virus. So that's over.
Got to pay something.
So enough of the debt ceiling.
You got to pay it back at some point.
You know what? America should take the same notes that they're giving all those college kids or graduates or whatever and pay your bills. Stop running up the credit. It's ridiculous. Disagree. Scientists have discovered 5,000 sea creatures that nobody knew existed. And they're calling it a warning.
I like this article. Years ago, I read, I think it was something to do with James Cameron taking his sub all the way down to the bottom of the deepest part of the ocean.
Yeah, right around the time it's Titanic. Yeah. He gets fixated on something and he goes all out.
He does it.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing, I'm pretty sure it was something about their submarine going all the way down to the bottom. And every time they go down, they discover somewhere around 50 to 60, on average, new species.
Yeah, it's incredible how many things are out there that we've never seen. We haven't documented, but because they're at the bottom of the ocean and the ocean is so damn big, that they just stay there undiscovered. It's really cool. So they're calling it the ocean's biggest hotspot for future deep sea mining, and so basically the way that we ended up down there, finding all these new things is, it has all those rare earth elements for electric car batteries, right?
Sure.
And so obviously those are a big deal if we're trying to reduce our carbon output. And so we need that stuff. And we get down there oh, look, here's some more ecosystems that we can totally destroy because we've destroyed everyone that we can touch on the surface. So yeah, they found some 5,000 sea animals completely new to science. And before we even get to study them, like we're going to be mining these things. We're going to be the minerals, that is. And this is just another example, kind of how people need it. So F you if you're an animal. It's like we're so.
But it will be prettier. You're not going to see strip mining. Taking out an entire mountain and digging a giant new lake.
You're saying because it's ocean based.
Yeah, you won't see it.
Yeah, right. You won't. I agree. You won't see it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
This is in mind because we're reading about it.
Makes it okay.
It's the whole point. We're reading about it. We're supposed to care about these creatures and say these are 5,000 new animals that we don't want to die. And you're over there like, well, out of sight, out of mind. So I didn't realize you were going to take that approach. I really thought you'd care a little bit.
I thought I'd go a different route.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw these areas they're looking at. They're basically where deep down in the ocean, the crust is kind of ripping apart. And it's just slowly, there's basically new magma coming out. And you can see that they've looked at these for years because they have basically stripes of magnetic fields. And that's how they can see how Earth's magnetic field has flipped.
Yep, that's cool.
And while studying these, that's where they noticed, hey, there's a ton of ripe minerals for the grabbing down here. And it'll be a lot easier to get and more plentiful down there than in our mountains. So for me, I think it's a go-ahead.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, what I don't like is the fact that we find all these new creatures and then we're just like, oh, cool, kill them.
Hopefully we taste them first.
At least some of them. I'm sure some of them look delicious. You know what I'll do when I'm editing? I'm going to put all the most delicious ones are going to be right here, like right now.
Delicious looking
ones? Delicious looking ones, yeah. I'm hoping there are some that look just fantastic. Maybe like on a plate of rice with like some, get some of that New Orleans white sauce with a little bit of spice. Yep. I mean, it sounds really good.
Sounds good to me too.
I could do that right now. This is interesting. What did you think of this article?
Wait, which one is this?
This is the, we'll go give the headline right about here.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, I saw the short video on Twitter, I think it was, that I saw it, and I fell for it. I thought it was believable.
His comments?
The cut video.
Yep.
I thought that was a legit cut or legitimate video, and I fell for it.
So basically, this video that again is cut, to conveniently paint Lindsey Graham in a terrible light, which is weird. You really don't have to work that hard to paint that pile of garbage in a negative light. But in this case, he talks about how the Russians are dying in the war over there and how it's the best money the U.S. has ever spent, which is not the best thing to say when we're talking about dead people.
And trying not to get dragged into a war ourselves.
Yeah. So then the Russian ministry spokesperson said Senator Lindsey Graham has something to compare with. One of their investments led to World War II and to the Holocaust, which that's fair too.
Yep.
That's fair. We actually, there's not a terrible dictator or awful regime that we didn't contribute to in some way at some point. We're just...
Well, we contribute to everybody, so it's bound to happen.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. All right, so, and then the state TV host said, your dirty American money also fully supported the Nazi regime in Germany. You're a Nazi beast, and you're following in the footsteps of your predecessors. I'll repeat it once again. You will croak, but the Russian people will live forever. So that's interesting. That is interesting.
Yep.
I just found it.
They said something about sending a hit squad after him.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Things like this are only going to get worse because this was edited, right? But
the retaliation.
But we've got like these deep fakes that they're doing, and they're getting better and better, and they're already really good.
Oh, they're almost indistinguishable.
Right.
Already, yeah.
So, in a few years, you could have a guy who did say grab him by the pussy, but maybe he didn't say it. Like you could have that same thing come out and it would sound just like him.
What's that? No idea.
Now, I should say, Trump really said it. He is a pile of garbage. But yeah, like what?
Locker room talk.
It's definitely not. I've been in locker rooms. I know you have too. You're all svelte. I get it. Come over here showing your stupid muscles.
I wish, not anymore.
I'll kind of introduce this one here because I really thought this one was strange. A family thought they were adopting a 6-year-old girl. They quickly, like real quickly, they learned that things were not as they seemed. And I'm going to show this picture to you guys. Like, she looks like a young girl.
She's
like, I believe 6 in this picture right there. I would believe that. So she's a Ukrainian orphan, and they put orphan in quotes because she is not an orphan. Her adoptive parents, they claimed her. They did claim her whenever they adopted her, but that wasn't actually the sentence I was reading. I just couldn't read right then. So they claim the girl is actually a little person. So that she's an adult pretending to be a child,
it's
for that cushy 6-year-old life.
And acting out. She'd go out in public and try and trick people into thinking they're hurting and abusing her.
Yeah. Right. So she's actually playing a victim as she victimizes them into believing.
I don't know if she had to scam her way to survive.
I don't know.
While living in Ukraine, and that's what she got used to, or if that was just a idea she had when she got here.
Yeah. So she's a little person with a rare bone growth disorder, and she was adopted from the Ukraine by a family who thought she was 6 years old. And her adoptive parents later claim she's a sociopathic adult pretending to be a child. It's nuts. They say that she wanted to harm them and their biological children.
The father woke up in the middle of the night with her at the foot of the bed with a knife.
Yeah. So it's interesting that they say that she wanted to harm them. I think they got a lot of evidence of it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's interesting too because like the parents actually got charged with neglect for this child. They had charges filed, like they were neglecting this 6-year-old
because of her acts. She'd go out and act.
Of course, she's playing it up, which I don't know exactly what she stands to gain from that. To me, the actual grift is having a home and food and all that stuff whenever you don't have that stuff naturally right now. And
I think once she probably knew after a certain amount of time that they'd catch on, so she decided to start terrorizing instead.
Right.
Too few many movies about orphans.
So they've actually gotten divorced, the two parents, right? So I don't know how much this played into it, but I'm going to go ahead and state without any proof or without any evidence that it played. This would factor.
Yeah.
So when they did adopt her, they adopted her in 2010. And they were told, this person has dwarfism. You've got 24 hours to sign, otherwise she's going to go straight to a foster home. So they were put under the gun immediately. And, there's the picture of them after they adopted her. So I'm going to show that too.
That would pass for a small child to me.
Absolutely. Wow.
You know what?
Soon afterward. I never read this part.
I don't know that I got
that.
So
that's fine. The mom had to confront her pretty early on because she found some stained underwear from her monthly visit.
So she knew something was up early.
Well, yeah, you 6 years old. Even there's nothing about dwarfism that makes you have that develop quicker. So there's not a 6-year-old out there that should be having that go on. She started hoarding knives and once told him, "I'm going to kill you in your sleep." And then, like you said earlier, she showed up at the foot of the bed one time with a knife in her hand.
Yep.
So yeah, this is just, she is crazy. She's nuts. That's just an interesting story. There wasn't anything to argue about on this.
Nope. That was just.
I just wanted to talk about it because if you guys hadn't heard about it, I found it interesting.
I guess we could go with who wanted to argue about the adoption system. I mean, they gave her 24 hours. Either you take her or she goes to a foster family.
That's
which
nuts.
Is just a family to watch someone until they take her.
That's right.
So
why would they have already lost their chance then, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. So the whole thing is so bizarre. So yeah, they put her into an apartment and then got charged with abandonment, because they put her in an apartment because, she's supposedly not an adult, although she definitely was.
Did we find out what her real age is?
I don't know if she was on Dr. Phil when she was in 2019. And he said, you say you're 16. Are you a 30-year-old scam artist? She says, no. Natalie's claims have never been proven. At least in the eyes of the law, she's a 33-year-old woman. Okay, prosecutors dropped the original charges of neglect of a child because of the court-ordered change to Natalia's age in 2012 in the statute of limitations.
So her parents had to fight for 2 years to prove it.
So Michael Barnett was tried for neglect of a dependent. The authorities said that even if Natalia had been an adult at the time that she was abandoned, she was dependent on her parents because of her dwarfism. So even if she's lying and threatening to kill him, he can't take reasonable action to put her in an apartment that he paid for.
If she's throwing herself out of vehicles that are moving.
Yeah, I have a real problem with that.
Yeah. That's not just free room and board anymore.
Okay, well, okay. So they put her in an apartment and she could barely cook, had a limited diet of takeout pizza and instant noodles. She relied on food stamps. Well, once electricity and phone line got cut off because her bills weren't paid, that's when the authorities got involved. All right, we're going to move on. I don't want to talk too long about the debt ceiling, mostly because it's stupid. It's an inane waste of time every time it comes up. Like, what is it? Every couple years, 3 years?
Yep.
We have to talk about the stupid debt ceiling because Congress actually puts a ceiling on the amount of debt we're allowed to have, even though they know they're going to exceed it every single time.
Yep.
It's, like you run up your credit card all the way to the max and then you're just stuck. You can't buy more with the credit card.
Right.
But America, we can buy whatever the fuck we want. I can't
call and raise that.
You know what? We're trying not to say that kind of language.
What?
I mean, your name's fucker, but I'm bleeping those. But I'm not trying to say fuck all the time. So I gotta watch that a little bit.
Okay.
So, if you run your credit card up, you're done spending. It's over.
Yep.
We run collectively as a country. Don't care. We just keep going. Keep going. And we spend most of it on the stupid military. I know I'm a veteran. I get it. But come on.
I wouldn't say most of it.
Well, we spend too much. How's that?
The third most.
We spend too much.
True.
Too much. So, we will talk a little bit about the debt ceiling. Mostly, we're going to talk about the fact that neither side actually won, and Biden's a pussy. So,
I'll agree with that.
He just is, I understand I'm a liberal, but he's not, so it's okay. I'm actually a progressive, and Biden is what I call a corporate Democrat, which means he's just as in bed with all the business that all the businesses that the Republicans are. It's the same thing. He's the same thing. He just wears a blue lapel sometimes, and they wear red. It doesn't mean anything. And he talks about it all the time. He talks about how he loves his Republican counterparts because he's basically a Republican.
Everyone loves Republicans.
Do what?
Everyone loves Republicans.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. No, specifically they don't. And we're going to get to lots of good reasons why nobody should. Because, and I know we're on the debt ceiling, and so I'm gonna hold it for a little bit. I gotta be careful here because I'm really wanting to go into this new thing, and I've got a video here that we're gonna watch whenever we get to it,
okay.
And we'll play it for the viewers at home. But the right wing has truly gone off the fucking rails.
I would say both wings have.
So, but it's not the same. So one side wants to hunt gay people. I'm talking about the wing. I'm talking about the crazies.
Yeah,
I don't mean you. I don't mean you, right? That's one side. The other side really, really, really wants us to be green and eat plants. It's not the same.
But they want to cause mass chaos to get their way.
It's not the same. It's just not, man. It's not. When you're talking about hunting down and killing people that support gay people like that, you're crazy.
I haven't heard that.
We're going to play it.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, he wasn't even getting crazy responses to his video. People were like, "Yeah, it's time," because we had a change. There was a while when you were the typical Republican. You actually don't hate people based on their orientation or whatever, right? But that's not typical anymore. Now,
I think that is typical.
No,
it's
I think sorry. I think it's typical of the actual humans.
Yes.
It's not typical of the visible ones because, and this is a change since about 2015, 2016. It changed. Now the overtly crazy, racist, whatever, that's accepted by enough people, not in a majority, by enough people that those voices are out there. All the time. You know, your Charlie Kirk, what's your Ben Shapiro? These guys
I wouldn't even say they're out there.
These guys are they're hugely popular with the right wing.
But I'm saying they're not that far right.
They definitely are. They definitely are. Like,
I don't think so.
Oh my God. They're the ones saying that kids are mutilating their bodies, and it's not happening. That's not a real thing. It's not. This trans hysteria that you guys have going on isn't real. You make shit up.
Wait, this is a flip-flop.
No, I know. We're going to get back to this, right? Okay. But you're making stuff up in order to hate them, and it's stupid. Those schools have litter boxes, right?
I would say that.
But you know that they have all said that schools have litter boxes for people that identify as cats.
Well,
that's not a true thing.
That was a
lie.
A prank done at a couple of schools that became wildly so. Just like
that, you guys couldn't wait to accept. Yes, they obviously have litter boxes. No, they don't. It's so stupid. And you're right.
Find an example.
We are so off track. So this is actually the problem with show number 1. We are going to fix this because, see, I'm listing what we're going to talk about, and then we didn't really talk about debt ceiling at all. So, but I'm still going to strike it because it sucks as a topic. It was going to be really boring, and yeah, we're going to start paying student loans again. We all knew that was coming. We didn't pay for years because of a virus. So that's over.
Got to pay something.
So enough of the debt ceiling.
Got to pay it back at some point.
Pay. You know what? America should take the same notes that they're giving all those college kids or graduates, or whatever, and pay your bills. Stop running up the credit.
I don't
Ridiculous. Disagree. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna jump topics here now. Okay.
Okay.
So Charlie Kirk says he wants to go after Target. It's not okay until they're bankrupt. They got to go bankrupt because they would dare put a rainbow on a shirt. That's obviously a problem. It's like, you know how stupid that is. I don't even have to tell you how stupid that is.
I think Charlie Kirk looks like he's going through. I haven't seen much of his stuff lately, but I saw something. I think was it Charlie Kirk that was fighting with his wife?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm thinking of the other one then.
I think you are thinking of Hold on.
Either way, I think a lot of people have gotten to the extremes, and I don't know if they're losing viewers or what, but they seem to be going more extreme to get those viewers back or gain.
Steven Crowder's the one.
Steven Crowder.
So
okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Nope, we can change that.
So we're just gonna back up a little bit, right? So Charlie Kirk has gone nuclear on Target, and look, the Bud Light thing was uncalled for. It was just there's too much outrage over making a can with somebody's face on it. And then the Target, they have some rainbows on shirts, and they just want people to feel included. And that's obviously still way too much. That can't be done. So Charlie Kirk says that they've got to go bankrupt. And then he actually kind of calls for violence. And actually, maybe we do need to hear that.
Yeah, let's hear that.
Because it's not explicit, right? There are ways he could get out of kind of what he said, but I do want to go to it. Okay.
We need to go after Target in a very serious way. It is time for decent, ordinary Americans who do not believe in radical ideas in either direction to just say, I will not allow my kids to be corrupted by this trans agenda.
Just like the
unhinged... I want to go back to where he's talking again. I don't want to hear what she had to say.
Yep.
Because he says he does say more.
And Target looks like they're caving. They say they're putting the clothes in the back. I want Target to go bankrupt. I want them to close. I want Chapter 11. Okay? Somebody else can buy them up. No, I'm conservative. Because there's going to be a bunch of empty buildings. Yeah, I want them to go Chapter 11. People say, what does success look like? Chapter 11. Okay? I want skull and bones all the way down to the absolute nails of the stores. Yep, that's the only thing they understand is force. Pain is a teacher.
Now
I understand that he is not calling for violence.
In no way.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm not saying he is.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that he's going too far over shirts with rainbows on it, and he does talk to mostly idiots. And those mostly idiots can easily get violence out of those words. And I'm not saying that he should be legally responsible for what idiots do with his words.
Sure.
I don't believe that. But I do believe that because he's smart enough to know that he's talking to idiots, and he is. Like, you've heard Tucker Carlson talk about his audience. Hold on.
Stretching it.
Tucker Carlson. Have you ever heard him talk about his audience? You ever seen what he says about Tucker?
We're talking about Charlie Kirk.
I know, but Charlie, they're all, look, hold on. These guys who have these shows, they all know that they're talking to idiots. Because these ones who have the right-wing show, I'm talking about the ones on the far side.
Sure. Both sides with the extreme sides, I think, no, they're both talking to...
I didn't say they didn't.
I know.
But what I'm saying is you have some culpability if you know that they're idiots.
I think he rides that line, though, where he does have some...
I already said he has plausible deniability. I do admit that.
And I'll say he in no way is calling for any riots.
No, I agree.
People to steal from the stores.
I want to see. There's a little bit more. I want to see.
And give into what they're seemingly 20.
No, there's not. Yeah. Okay. So this is the part I wanted to get to, though. So this is one of the idiots that I'm talking about. That Charlie Kirk's talking to. Okay.
Okay. So this is not Charlie Kirk.
No. This is. He looks like that. This is who that is. Okay.
We're giving you a heads up that, we're going to be coming after you hard. I've already exposed you guys pretty good, but, this is going to be next level stuff, so...
Price wins, LGBT loses.
Yeah. I also like to hunt LGBT supporters on my free time. That's one of my favorite pastimes, We're also, we're going to be going on hunting expeditions pretty soon. Hunting the LGBT supporters across Arizona and Phoenix. So, keep an eye out for that because, you're not safe.
Now, what I'm saying is, as someone who is smarter than him, Charlie Kirk has a responsibility to understand that he's talking to him.
I disagree because now you're asking people to be silent on their opinions because there may be an extremist person out there who will take your views and do something stupid.
Charlie Kirk,
because you could say on either side. Let's say Biden says something along the lines that Republicans are abhorrent. Or let's take Lindsey Graham from earlier. It is abhorrent, and someone needs to stop Lindsey Graham from doing that. If a left person went and killed him, I wouldn't call Biden in any way responsible for that.
Paying as a teacher is different than saying like their opinions are bad. Like, so Charlie Kirk is not actually that mad about rainbows on shirts, though.
But
he's not. It's all fake.
He's saying financial pain.
It is all fake.
I know that. He meant financial pain.
No, I already know that. Right. And I've already conceded that. And yet I still think you have some responsibility to know your audience, especially whenever they show up like that.
Yeah. You're going to find stupid videos like that out there left and right because I'd say the majority of those are just people trolling and trying to...
No, I agree, except that for the last, I'm going to have to pull stats, and I don't have the stats with me right now, but we're at about a 90% clip right now on right-wingers being the ones on these mass shootings.
I don't know if that's true anymore.
It's 100% true. It's 100% true.
Okay.
So I'm not saying there's never been a left winger there has.
If you go over the last 5 years, I don't know that I'd say it's getting.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's just not. So those numbers have stayed this way. Anyway, the ones that we know, right? So the Vegas guy, we actually don't know.
Yeah, no one knows what his motive was.
We've never learned a motive, right? Well, El Paso, of course, was a right winger who was there to take out Mexicans, right? The guy in New York was there to take out black people.
Right.
We know a lot of these, and so the ones you don't know, you have to take out of the stats, right? At any rate, all I'm saying is, I think there's some responsibility to understand who you're talking to. So this guy is likely just a troll, but the problem is, he looks a lot like some of those shooters.
So the troll, I have no problem with him getting in trouble.
No, of course not.
Say stupid things, win stupid prizes.
Well, I'm with you on that.
Now, did you see, in relation to this, did you see all the stuff going on with Lululemon?
No.
So when I was looking at this article related to it, Lululemon is in the news because they fired 2 female employees because a man came into the store and started robbing it. took everything he wanted, and they called the police. It is against company policy to call police for someone robbing the store, apparently. They have a protocol to just stand aside and clear a path, but because they called the police, they were fired. That's some of the left-wing policies that I think people have an issue with. So lately, it's been all over social media that there's 100% off sales on Lululemon stores.
Well, so
I'm interested to see where that one goes.
So I'm interested to read about that one. I haven't read about that. Like, that's
social justice for you.
No, it's not. So
100%.
Social justice is allowing people to live their lives.
No.
Yes, it is.
100%. This store has taken it so far.
That's not social justice. That's some kind of crazy idea,
to them it's social justice. How dare they arrest him for stealing clothes?
Saying that you're not allowed to call the police is not social justice, and we both know that. So
that's the left's view. They wanted to cancel police.
So that guy then that was talking is the right's view, right? You guys want to hunt down all the people that support their gay friends, right? Right. So you want to hunt them down. That's what you're right. I know, but that's the point, you idiot.
But that's a random person out there in the wind, right? I'm talking this company, their policy.
No, right.
Is officially to not call
stupid. The company policy is stupid. But you're going to find most liberal people will say it's stupid.
So are a lot of left policies.
No. Oh, we're definitely not going there. That's not a win.
That's a win.
It is not. That's
a win.
Hold on. Saying those are left policies isn't a win.
You have to put that one in there and then throw something up here.
Throw what up there?
I don't know. When I was like
a middle finger.
Sure.
Okay.
Something. You're in charge of editing. You can make it different.
Damn right I am.
For a few reasons. So, Trump pledges that on day one, when he gets reelected, he's going to end birthright citizenship immediately.
I hadn't heard this one.
Yeah, this just came out, and I had to include it because it was kind of a big story. So, birthright citizenship, the reason we have it and other countries don't, is because we really are a country of immigrants.
So, actually, most countries have it.
No.
Birthright citizenship?
Not first world countries. No.
First world countries, no. But
most
countries.
Sorry, I'm talking about first world countries. So, out of first world countries, we're actually pretty anomalous in that
we're America. We take everybody, right? Whereas most.
Right, we always have.
If you go to Canada, you're not going to get citizenship in Canada unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or someone who, to them, can contribute in a meaningful way to society. In America, we don't have very strict requirements like that. So I don't see this becoming...
Okay, so it's definitely not most. 35 nations in the world have birthright citizenship, and we're one of them.
Actually, it was like over 100.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. And believe it or not, Canada is one of them. Canada, Mexico, they're included.
Birthright.
Yes, at any rate, I think the reason it's special for us is because we are truly a country of immigrants, right? We had a whole bunch of natives here and then we took it from them.
Right.
But when we took it from them, we took them from every corner, right? And yes, there were people that were dragged over here as slaves, that's true too. But those folks now live here as free men and women.
They're Americans.
And they're Americans. And if you did get dragged here and you had a child, I would want that child to be a citizen that's fully got all their rights immediately, right?
I think, and I haven't read this article, but if my interpretation is right, it would be to stop the industry of
No, I understand.
Birthing people.
I understand that's what it's for.
Yeah.
I get it. However, I think that this is one of those things that's foundational to our country that you just can't touch, even if you don't like that aspect. And I don't love that aspect, right?
Right.
So but I think that it's foundational to who we are.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's just, and I didn't necessarily think we disagree on this. Obviously, it's another one of his brash statements that he likes to make. He always likes to come over the top and be,
Would you be against while we're on the topic?
Yeah.
Would you be open to just a small block, like if they find out, hey, this person is working with this agency, because there's entire businesses in China and South America that they schedule your flights and hotels just for you to come over here to give birth and then fly back home.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
So I am open to those rules being defined and kind of looking them over and you know what I mean? So I'm not open to saying, yeah, let's just do it immediately, right? But I am open to seeing the rules and being like, no, that doesn't make sense. And as long as it makes sense to me, like, I can go there.
Yeah. I think that's small little incremental changes like that.
This is another one that I hadn't sent you yet because I found it today, but I felt like we needed to talk about it. Here's the headline, folks. It's right here. Sonic manager is hospitalized in an attack over a hot dog with jalapenos.
Is he allergic?
Happened in Oklahoma. No, not allergic. It just wasn't what he ordered.
Oh, okay.
So, a group of 4 go to Sonic, again in Oklahoma, and 1 ordered a hot dog and some jalapeno poppers.
Okay.
Now you're seeing the confusion.
Yep.
The group actually received a hot dog topped with jalapenos. And so clearly that's going to make them through the roof mad.
Understandable.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So 2 of the customers became very upset. One of the men got into a disagreement with one of the fast food workers, and the restaurant's manager got involved, as he should.
Yep.
At some point, the manager stopped the man from trying to get inside the restaurant, which is closed to customers, because they got the car hops to come out there and give you your stuff.
Most of which are usually teenagers.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
So hopefully he's not fighting the teenagers.
Well, it almost certainly is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the man responded by dragging the manager outside, punching him multiple times, and then body slamming him to the ground. He then continued punching the manager, according to police. And one of the female customers saw the fight happening and decided to take part. So I assume...
in beating the manager.
I assume helped beat the manager. That's what I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, there it is. She began throwing punches in the direction of the fight. However, she ended up hitting the other suspect more than she hit the victim.
Well, I guess that worked out then.
And the fight was captured on video, police said. But we don't have the video, unfortunately. I really wish we did.
Yep. That'd be a good one.
I don't even have anything to say about this. I just wanted to say it. I wanted to talk about it because it was fun.
Yeah.
This is just one of those
stories.
One of those fun, good-hearted stories like...
It's like the Florida Man ones. I love those.
Mom and apple pie type stuff.
Yep.
Fist fights at Sonic. So, like this one. Whenever Trump didn't know how to say his own social media company's name, he called it Troth Central.
No, everyone gets flustered.
He was the president of the United States. This wasn't flustered. He's stupid.
No, that's Joe Biden.
You go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
That was the test that he did where he passed it with flying colors. He was amazing.
Is that
like that one?
Is that like a Ron Burgundy?
It's
like
a No, this is a, if you can remember those words in order, it makes him a genius, he says. Yeah.
All right.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
That's really stupid.
Got a big brain. Got a big head.
It manned the airport. It ran the ramparts.
That Peter?
It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
It's the Revolutionary War when they took over the airports. I feel like the Wright brothers would be a little bit pissed about that.
Would have.
Yeah.
Surrounded by water, big water, ocean water.
That was whenever they had the hurricane out in Puerto Rico.
That's some big water.
Yeah. It's stupid. See, this guy is he's the guy for you, right?
Mm-hmm. If you have any windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value.
Not true.
It did go down
significantly. The noise causes cancer. You told me that
one. The noise causes cancer.
That's debatable.
No, it's not debatable. It's just wrong. It's objectively wrong.
I bet there's studies.
There's not
studies.
There's
a study for everything.
No, not one that found any truth to it.
The disinfectant, it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number of lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that so that you're not to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
It sounds
like he was talking to DARPA and knows some stuff. What was that?
Good Morning Vietnam. They're not all Trump.
Thanks, Hunter, for the interesting facts from rightwingbs.com.
Like it.
Yeah.
That was you.
That was me.
That was a Breakdown 110 special.
That was, yeah.
Mine. Don't touch.
That's my fucking.
Do you have any?
God, I did it again. What? I can't stop cussing.
Have I been? I haven't even.
No, you haven't been.
All right.
So I did.
Mine. Don't touch.
But I did this one in case you tried to do any sounds on my soundboard.
Okay.
So like if you were to reach over here.
We need one where you say that you got arrested and sent to jail while marching with Nelson Mandela.
I don't have one of those. Oh. Now it wouldn't be me, right? It'd be Biden.
Yeah.
That would.
You
so
can say it.
The thing is, his sound clips are too boring to put on here, so they're not going on here.
Okay, all right.
Because I get to pick what's going.
They're too boring because they're slow.
Yeah, sometimes there's stutters in them. Yeah. Here's the thing.
I don't know that I've heard a stutter.
Here's the thing.
Mostly just he runs on and rambles.
I've been very clear about the fact that I don't like Biden. I said it at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, but
I can't stand him.
But you got to talk bad about him if you don't like him.
I do. I talk bad about him plenty.
Okay.
I like whatever I called him a pussy earlier. Did you forget me saying that? Yeah. I haven't heard you say anything about Cheeto.
I said I don't like him either.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, well, now.
All I heard was you just supporting him all the time.
No, that's the far right that you like. Is that it?